Is $1 million enough to retire in 2024? This depends on a variety of factors, some more important than others. In the past, someone with a $1 million portfolio would easily have enough income to retire, with enough money to pay for housing, food, health care, transportation, and nice vacations when desired. Some people may not even find that it produces enough income without having to make some major sacrifices, such as continuing to work to some extent. That's not to say you couldn't retire comfortably with $1 million, but there are some key things to consider in addressing. Welcome to Cashflow Canvas, where we teach lessons about investment and money-saving techniques. If you want to make your financial future better, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for the latest updates. You can stretch $1 million due to certain really crucial influences. Sounds like a lot of money, but how much income will $1 million portfolio produce? There's no exact science to determine the precise amount of annual income, but experts recommend using a 4% withdrawal rate. By withdrawing 4% of your portfolio value each year, you're extremely unlikely to run out of money. The 4% rule of withdrawal. Retirees can withdraw 4% of their total portfolio value in the first year of retirement and adjust for inflation in subsequent years. Assuming a 4% safe withdrawal rate, you would receive $40,000 per year in income. This guideline is based on historical stock and bond market performance, which is always changing. Updating. Some people recommend using a 3% or even 5% withdrawal rate, depending on things like the expected length of retirement. You might decide to withdraw a different amount, but 4% is a widely accepted rule of thumb. You wouldn't think a millionaire would need to rely on Social Security, but it could actually be a large part of your retirement income. A portion of their annual income in retirement. According to the Social Security Administration, the average benefit is nearly $1,700 per month or $23,288 per year, which equates to more than half of the income one would receive from a $1 million portfolio, depending on your income over the course of your life. Your benefit will be higher or lower depending on your career. You can get an idea of how much you could expect to receive by visiting the Social Security Administration website. Some people dislike the idea of having to rely on Social Security for various reasons, but it's a reality for most people, and it could be a lifeline. Even if you are a millionaire, the amount you receive is determined by how much you paid into the program. Thus, your past annual earnings and number of years worked will influence your benefits. Furthermore, it is dependent on when you elect to begin receiving benefits. You can begin receiving them at the age of 62, but the longer you wait until you reach the age of 70, the more money you will receive. Those who desire to retire at a young age will have to do so without Social Security income. The amount you receive from Social Security will have a significant impact on your annual income during retirement. A single person with $1 million in retirement savings would receive approximately $40,000 per year from their investments using the 4% safe withdrawal rule, assuming they receive the average Social Security benefit, bringing their total annual income to just under $60,000 per year. If the person were married, their spouse would also likely receive Social Security income, assuming they receive an average amount as well. A couple earning around $80,000 per year receives about half of their annual income from Social Security and the other half from investments. Even for people with $1 million portfolio, Social Security income can have a significant impact. Without it, a couple would be relying on $40,000 per year. Still achievable in a single year, although much more complex. How will your income be taxed throughout retirement? If you're fortunate enough to have $1 million in a Roth IRA where the taxes have already been paid, the entirety of your distributions is yours to keep. This is a huge comfort for retirees because they don't have to worry about taxation, brackets, changing tax rates, and other variables. More than likely, you have the majority of your money in a traditional IRA or 401 where the taxes have not yet been paid, which means the amount you remove during retirement will be taxed at ordinary income rates. Fortunately, if you only withdraw $40,000 per year and have no other sources of income, The tax liability will be relatively low because money held in a taxable brokerage account is subject to capital gains tax, which ranges from 0% to 20%. Someone retiring with $1 million will likely be on the lower end of that range. This is an important aspect of your housing. Regardless of where you are in your financial journey, the single item that has the greatest impact on your finances before and during retirement is where you live and how much you pay to keep a roof over your head, with housing accounting for the majority of the average budget. The amount of money you spend here is critical. Importantly, a little old couple who paid off their mortgage years ago and has kept up with routine maintenance has a very low housing expense when compared to someone who is still paying a mortgage on a large home, in addition to a large amount of upkeep, heating or cooling bills, and taxes. To have a comfortable retirement, assume you own an average-priced home worth around $430,000. Your expenses will include property taxes, insurance, utilities, regular maintenance, and large improvements such as a roof replacement. With average property taxes of about 1%, this works out to about $358 per month. The average cost of home insurance is around $1,820. Ownership of a home. Last but not least, consider creative housing options that will eliminate your housing costs. This could include owning a multifamily home and renting out other units, having an in-law apartment, a roommate, or renting out an accessory dwelling unit or other space in a creative way. By many, the financial benefit of sharing your property can be enormous. So, could you retire with $1 million in retirement savings? It will likely depend heavily on whether you're able to collect Social Security and what your housing costs are. It's possible to live very comfortably on a portfolio that size, but there are other critical pieces to consider. To the problem being sensible with your expenses, especially large ones like housing, and finding ways to cut them as much as possible will greatly boost the amount you can spend, as will maximizing Social Security payments. You could be quite content with $1 million nest egg, especially if you make the most of it.